so as you all know, we really love the Home Chef delivery service at our house. And the exciting thing is FedEx just dropped off another one. So we are going to check that one out and see exactly what's inside of it. Okay, so upon opening the box, we have this. This is an advertisement. And so in the box this time we are going to have the Oktoberfest pork medallions. We are going to have the Thai red curry shrimp and the Parisian bistro steak. So this is what we have stuff inside the box for today. So open this up. And there are ice packs. By the way, still really cold. It's always packed really well. Alright, here is the pack and everything we're going to need for the bistro steak. So there's that. You can see everything's labeled and all of that. I'll put it here. This is for the Thai red curry shrimp. And then this is what we have for the Oktoberfest pork medallions. And then underneath more ice packs that are still frozen. These guys are still frozen. The ones on top had thawed, but these are still frozen solid. We have, this is the steak. And, yep. And then this is for the pork medallion. And then last but not least is the shrimp. So there you have it. That is everything that was in the box. So here is everything that it came with. There's the 3 meals laid out. And I really like the way they're individually packed. So when I put them in the refrigerator, I can just pull it out and prep it and it's ready to go. Usually within 30 minutes. Okay, so for tonight, I'm going to be making the Parisian bistro steak. And as you'll see, we have the Yukon potatoes, the shallot, we have the chives, we have the 5 ounces of green beans, the steaks, the heavy whipping cream, it's right here. We have the shaved Parmesan, the butter, and the glaze. It is right here. So we're going to start out by preheating the oven to 400. Okay, we're going to slice the potatoes and okay, so now we're going to bring this to a boil, and while this is coming to a boil, we are going to be mincing the shallots and prepping the rest of the stuff. I've already cut the ends off the green beans, and then here is the shallots. They're minced and ready to go, and now I've just got to do the chives. Okay, so while the potatoes are cooking, I'm going to be starting the steaks. So I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil here. The potatoes just come out, and now I'm going to add the heavy cream, half the shallots, and then half the chives. And then we're going to put this back on the stove. So the potatoes have done their time, so I'm going to, and I've salt and peppered them a little bit, and I'm sprinkling in the half of the Parmesan cheese, and now we're going to put them into the casserole dish and put them in the oven. I topped with the remaining Parmesan, and now I'm going to stick it in the oven for 15 minutes. I'll just flip this steak, and it's got another 5 more minutes left, or until it gets to 145 degrees. Go ahead and start the green beans. So I'm going to melt the butter, and then I'm going to put the green beans in, and then add a 1/4 cup of water. Green beans are in. The green beans are almost done, and the potato gratin is almost ready to come out. I'm going to do the shallots until they get fragrant, and then we're going to add some water and the glaze. And the potatoes gratin turned out beautifully. Okay, and now the glaze is going, and then after a little while we're getting ready to add the butter, and then it'll be ready. Okay, and there it is. It is completed. For the second meal from the Home Chef, I'm going to be doing the Thai red curry shrimp with the jasmine rice and snow peas. And I'm getting ready to start that here in just a few seconds. So what we're going to need for this dish is, and you'll see it right here, is the jasmine rice. So I'm going to start that here in just a little while. Red bell pepper, 2 cloves of garlic. They've already been peeled, so that's taken care of. A thing of cilantro, snow peas. I have the shrimp here. Also, we're going to be putting in sesame oil, fish sauce, red curry paste, oops, and coconut milk, and then we have a lime. So let's get started. Okay, so first off, we are going to cut our bell pepper. Okay, next we're going to mince the garlic. And this particular tool I actually got from Pampered Chef many years ago. I'm not sure if they still make this or not, but I have had several, and you can tell it's wore out. I use it all the time. But anyway, it is one of my favorites, and it works better than any I've ever had. So we're going to use this, and we're going to mince our garlic. So here's all of this, the prep work, the snow peas, the peppers, the garlic, the lime, and the cilantro. So all of this I basically chopped up while the rice has been cooking. So the shrimp's going to sear for about 2 minutes, and then we're going to pull it off and then start the curry sauce. Using the same pan that we just used, we're going to use the remainder of the sesame oil in there. And then we are going to be tossing in our garlic, snow peas, and red pepper. So here's our garlic. Our red peppers and our snow peas. And we're going to let this cook for about 2 minutes. Okay, at this point we've added half of the red curry. I have added the coconut milk as well as the fish sauce. So we are going to let this cook for a little while and let it boil. And I'm going to taste it, and if it's not spicy enough, then I'm going to be adding more red curry to that. Okay, so now I've added the shrimp along with the cilantro, and I'm going to let this cook for about 5 minutes, and then it'll be ready. And there you have it. It is completed, and it looks delicious. Okay, and now today we are going to do the last meal from the Home Chef, and this is the Oktoberfest pork medallions. Okay, so for this we have our pork loin, our Brussels sprouts, our apple cider, our heavy whipping cream. We have our shallot, the horseradish sauce. I also have some thyme, grainy mustard, the butter, and the potatoes. And we're getting ready to begin. We're going to start with the potatoes, and we are going to dice them. And now we are going to peel and dice the shallots. And now we are going to trim the Brussels and get them ready to go. And now we're going to be chopping the meat. Brussels sprouts, I have put olive oil on them, salt and pepper, and they're going to be going into the oven for around 15 minutes. Okay, the pork loins are being seared. Over here I have the mashed potatoes with the butter and the horsey sauce in it. Okay, I've added a teaspoon of olive oil and the shallots, and I'm going to let them... We're going to add the apple cider vinegar and the thyme and let that reduce. Okay, and now we're out of the grainy mustard and the heavy cream. And we're going to stir that up and let it simmer. And there is the finished dish, and that is the pork medallions Oktoberfest. Okay, so that was the end of the 3 meals with the home chef, and if I had to pick a favorite, I think would be the shrimp. It was wonderful. I ended up using probably about 2 tablespoons of curry because it gave you the option of the 1 to 3. So I used about 2, I'm going to say. So I have some left over of that. Next favorite I would say would have been the pork medallions. Third would be the steak. Basically, I follow the directions as a whole. The only thing I did different was with the steak. I like to get mine kind of a room temperature, so before I started, I pulled it out and I sprinkled it with some salt to give it more flavor, so that by the time the potatoes were peeled and to the point that it was time to start the steak was ready to go, and I think it gave it more flavor. But all in all, they were all fantastic. The fastest meal was the shrimp, with the longest being the pork medallions, and that still was not very long at all. But be sure and check them out. I'm going to put a link down below where you can get $30 off your first order of those. But if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear them, so leave them down below. Thank you.